fry bread. Fry bread is said to have originated from the Navajo people in around the 1860s, and during this time, the Navajo people and other tribes were resettled onto reservations in eastern New Mexico. So because of this, fry bread made good use out of government rations they relied on, and this often included ingredients such as flour, sugar, salt, and even lard. For many indigenous people today, actually, fry bread is said to link generation with generation, and it also helps to connect the present to the history of the past. Fry bread is also served at both home and at gatherings, and the way it's served varies from region to region, and different tribes have different recipes of making this. Navajo tacos are just one of the most famous ways of eating this, but I served mine with jam and honey, which are also really popular. Overall, these were so easy to make, and if you ever get the chance, I would definitely make these. I started off by soaking 1 cup of red kidney beans overnight. I then rinsed the beans and covered them with some water. I brought the beans to a boil and then simmered it. I actually forgot to do this before I boiled them, but I added some garlic clove, herb salt, and a bay leaf. Overall, I simmered the beans for an hour. Meanwhile, I soaked and washed 1 cup of rice. Once the beans were cooked, I added some coconut milk and the washed rice. I mixed that together and covered that for around 20 minutes. This is the final result. Traditionally, this is served with chicken stew and Belizean-style potato salad, but I didn't have enough time today, so I just picked them up from the store. Overall, this tasted amazing. By adding some oil to a pan and then cooked it and browned some beef strips that I seasoned with salt and pepper. Once it was cooked, I put it to the side and added more oil and sauteed half a red onion for around 5 minutes. I then added 2 cloves of minced garlic, 1 sliced tomato, and 1 tablespoon of ají amarillo paste and cooked that down for 5 minutes. I then added 2 tablespoons of soy sauce and 1 tablespoon of vinegar and cooked that for another minute. I then re-added the beef and some fries that I baked and cilantro and mixed it until the sauce covered the fries. This dish is just one of the many contributions Chinese immigrants brought to Peru, and you should try it out because it's so delicious. Oxtail is a dish that is popular around the world, but specifically within the Caribbean and within Caribbean diaspora communities here where I live in Canada as well. Jamaica's unique culinary style is a culmination of all the people that have inhabited the island, both past and present. These include communities such as the Arawaks, the West Africans, Indians, British, and the Spanish. Jamaican oxtail in particular is reminiscent of the African one-pot cooking tradition used by African slaves on the island as early as the mid-1500s. Today, oxtail is actually quite expensive to buy, but it's still enjoyed by these communities on a regular basis. Traditionally, this dish is also served with cabbage, rice and peas, which I made, and fried plantain, although my plantain actually wasn't ripe enough today, so I didn't add it in. This was actually one of the most time-consuming dishes I made so far, but it really helps me appreciate the time and effort that goes into making these dishes and its cultural significance that is passed down through generations.